Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for starters, if you are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you are not new to the channel and you watch me on a regular, be sure and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. If you are not subscribed to the channel and you've been watching me for a while, be sure to do so. I know sometimes we forget to subscribe. Also, please guys, it would help me a lot if you guys just give this video a thumbs up. Just stop what you're doing right now and just give this video a thumbs up. It would help me out a lot. If you guys watch me and you guys say that you support me, then giving me a thumbs up will help me out a lot. If you do so, thank you so much. I know sometimes we forget. Even when I watch videos, I forget. So we're going to get into the sponsorship of today's video, and then we're going to get into the video. So I would like to thank Colonbroom for sponsoring today's video. Colonbroom is basically a dietary supplement that specializes in detoxing the whole inside of your system and getting all that nasty stuff out of your gut system. You've been working out for a while, you've been eating right, and you still feel like your gut health is out of whack, and Colonbroom is definitely for you. Basically, what Colonbroom basically does is that it basically hides all the things inside your body and flushes it out. Guys, I'm going to be the first one to let you guys know that if you are going somewhere or if you're gonna be out all day, don't take this. Definitely want to take this when you are inside or when you're not really doing much. Like, let's say you're going to the gym, like when you're not really doing much. But if you have something to do that day, I'm gonna be real with you guys, when you guys take Colonbroom, you are going to feel lighter. Colonbroom is supposed to specialize in basically getting rid of that gut, helping that gut health. And when you help your gut health, you're gonna get smaller, y'all. You're gonna get smaller and your stomach is gonna get smaller. If you are someone that is struggling with constipation, if you are someone that is struggling with, like I said before, gut health, Colonbroom is very good for you. Colonbroom is basically a fiber that specializes in removing all the nasty things that stays in your gut, removing it from your system and flushing it out. Also, guys, Colonbroom is not only good at flushing out the bad toxins from your body, Colonbroom is also good at curbing your hunger. So if you are somebody that, like me, y'all, like me, if you are someone that gets hungry easily, or if you are someone that always has an appetite, Colonbroom is supposed to be curbing your appetite and basically make it longer for you to get hungry or to feel hunger. You're basically going to feel like not eating. You're gonna feel, you're gonna feel full. You're gonna feel full and you're gonna feel nourished when you take Colonbroom. So, which will help you lose weight, which will regulate your gut health and help you lose weight, and also help your stomach just slim down. It's basically just a detox type of powder that you can take on a daily basis. And in the back here, you're just supposed to add a scoop and add water, mix well. Y'all, I'm definitely gonna take this because I definitely need to get my gut health intact. I'm always looking for new ways to get my gut health intact. So when this company reached out to me, I was honestly very happy. I love trying new things. I love trying new products. And baby, I'm trying to get rid of this gut. I don't know if you guys see, y'all see I'm on a weight loss journey. So this addition to the family was very good. And I got the strawberry flavor. This product is also non-GMO. This is a vegan product for my vegan lovers. And this is a gluten-free product, just in case. So it has some good stuff, some good ingredients, some good fiber in it, y'all. And I love this so much. And this is basically just a fiber powder that helps you lose weight. And you guys already know that fiber is the best way to use the restroom and go to the restroom and stuff like that. Also, I do have a coupon that's in my description box down below. Y'all definitely should check that out. You will get money off, 10% off if you use my code. So definitely check that out. And if you guys buy it, y'all let me know how y'all like it. I'm gonna be using it. And if you guys want to update on how it ended up turning out, because I know there's a lot of products like this, if you guys want a specific update on this hair product, y'all let me know down below. I will give it to you guys in the next video, or I'll even type it in the comment section. Y'all let me know, because I know we all trying to figure out, how to get our gut health intact, because you guys know that if your gut health ain't intact, then baby, your gut's going to be looking bloated. It's not going to be looking, slim, or, it's going to be looking bloated. So this is definitely going to knock that out the ballpark or whatnot. So thank you so much for Colonbroom for sponsoring today's video. I love when I get these type of sponsorships because, yeah, baby, we need anything to get rid of this gut. You feel me? But yeah, y'all, let's get straight into the story time because I know that's why y'all here. So, all right, y'all. So I got some alcohol with me. I got some wine with me. You feel me? I got some wine with me because this story time, this boy, he just like legit, y'all. I was never gonna tell this, and I know I say this a lot in my videos, but I was never going to tell this story time. This boy just popped up in my head the other day, and I was like, nah, like I actually forgot. Like even when this boy did all the things he did to me, I never in my head thought that I'm gonna tell a story time on this. But with everything this boy did, this boy deserves a story time. Like not on no funny shit. So this took place when I was in college, right? So we're gonna give this boy a name. We're gonna call him Wesley. We're gonna call him Wesley, right? I'm gonna give you guys a description to Wesley, then I'm gonna get into how I met him and how everything happened, right? So I met Wesley at school, of course. Wesley is this, he's not that tall, but he is short, but he taller than me, but I'm 5'3", so I ain't really tall, you know. Everybody low-key taller than me. Every guy is low-key taller than me, right? Wesley was basically this guy that was, give or take, I'm gonna say 5'10"-ish, 5'9". Like he was a little short for a guy, and he was of caramel complexion, and he was, I'm not gonna say on the bigger side because he wasn't like he's not like fat, but he was like he was a little bigger. He wasn't a smaller guy. Like he was a little bigger. He wasn't like fat. He was one of them husky, them guys that you would call husky. And he just wasn't my type. Like if you guys been watching me for a while, then you guys know what my type is. My type, I like dark skinned men that are dark as hell. Like I'm talking about dark, baby, bitch. I'm talking about dark like this, baby. If you dark like this, if you are dark like this, come and talk to me. Come and talk to me, like for real. Like I like burnt men. Like I like men that are burnt. Like, you know the funny thing, y'all, I'm not gonna say that I haven't ran across my type, because I'm not gonna lie, low-key just dated my type. He wasn't dark like this, but he was dark. I like dark skinned men, period. So like you could be in any of the ranges of dark, but I prefer this. But I haven't gotten any like that yet, and I'm so sad because y'all, when I get this, y'all not gonna yeah, but like when I get that, bitch, I'm gonna be speaking different languages, you feel me? I haven't gotten my type yet, and it irritates me, but that's not why we're here. I like that type, and he just wasn't. Like he was caramel complexion, not even caramel. I think he was lighter, like a shade lighter than caramel. He was very light, and he wasn't ugly. Like I'm not about to sit up here and say this man was ugly, because he just wasn't ugly. And period, like even if I don't talk to my type, I don't talk to men that I don't find attractive. I guess that's why when girls be talking about getting money out of ugly niggas, I can't have that conversation, because see me, if y'all see me with a nigga, he gonna look decent. Like if y'all see me with a boy, he'll look decent. Like he not gonna be ugly. I'm sorry, like I'm just not like that. Like I don't roll like that no more. Back then I used to date ugly guys, but I don't date ugly guys now. Like, and I'm not saying I date fine guys, because I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. I don't date fine guys, but I don't date ugly guys. Like I have to be attracted to you. So he was attractive, but he just was not my type, right? I thought he lived in my apartment, because every time that I'd seen this boy, he was in my apartment, like legit every time. And what honestly attracted me to him the first time was his car. So this boy, he drove a, I'm not gonna give what he drove, because honestly I do not know who watches me. I'm gonna be real with y'all, but I'm gonna just say that this boy drove the typical car. If we put it in context clues, and if you guys have an idea of where I might be going with this type of car, if you guys know the typical car that a guy drives that make girls be like, oh, like, oh, okay, that's the type of car he drove. Like he drove a nice car or whatnot. It wasn't like a very, very expensive car, but like I like that certain make of the car. So whenever I would see him pulling inside the apartments, I will always look at his car. I wouldn't specifically look at him. I would just look at his car, and I'll just be like, oh shit, like I like his car, and I'll just keep it pushing, right? Time he came into the apartments, he came swerving in. He was talking to these group of boys in his car. They were like hovering over his window talking to him, and he was inside the car. By the time I parked, those group of boys that he was talking to ended up going inside. I came out the car, so you know me, I'm looking at the car because I like the car type shit. So he makes a comment saying, what you looking at me for? I'm looking at him like, baby, I ain't looking at you. I'm looking at that car, you feel me? Like, I ain't looking at you. Like, don't flatter yourself now. Don't flatter yourself now. So I started laughing and I told him, I said, baby, I ain't looking at you. I'm looking at the car. And he was like, oh, you looking at the car? You like my car? And I was like, yeah, it's nice. And he was like, oh, okay. And I just looked at him. We just made eye contact. And he started giggling. I'm like, why is he giggling? And y'all, when he giggled, he had the cutest smile. Like, I kid you not, his smile was so cute. Even though I don't care for this boy and I don't find him that attractive. Like I said before, the boy's not ugly. I'm not going to sit up here and lie because I don't care for someone. The boy's not ugly, but he just was not all that to me, right? So even though I didn't find this boy all attractive when I first seen him, his smile was cute. Like, his smile was everything type shit. Like, his smile kind of hooked me. I'm not gonna lie, bitch. When he smiled, bitch, I kind of got hooked. You feel me? At this point in time, we start talking. He starts asking me, do I live here? I'm looking at him like... duh, like, did I park here for no reason type shit? So we're having a little small conversation and he says, let me get your number. And I'm like, oh no, boy, you can't have my number. And it's not even because I was trying to be bad and bougie, because I'm not one of them girls that care about people who have my number. You know why? Because when I'm ready to block you, baby, I'm gonna block you. Them girls who be saying, oh, you can have my Instagram, da da da. Like, I'm not one of them girls. I'm just not. But honestly, if I'm just not feeling the vibe from the beginning, then you just like, you can have my Instagram type shit. Like, if I'm just not feeling the vibe. But if I'm feeling the vibe, you can have my number. Like, I do not care about who has my number. Like, because baby, like I said before, once I'm ready to block you, you gonna be blocked. You gonna be blocked. I ain't worried about all that. But oh shit, hold on, y'all. So he asked for my number and your girl told him, hell nah, you can have my IG. So I ended up getting his IG. We ended up getting each other's IG. All right, y'all finna put on lip gloss. I know this is so ghetto. Oh well. Period. What did little mama say? She said, when it's time for lunch. So he asked me for my number. I was like, nah, you can have my Instagram. He started getting all like, you know, extra. Ah, you one of them. You one of them. I'm looking at him like, how am I one of them? Like, baby, I just don't want to give you my number. So he gets my Instagram. He follows me right then and there. I follow him back and I don't see him for like the next couple of days, right? I'm posting on my story. He's watching it. He's not saying nothing. He's not sliding up. He didn't like none of my pictures. He literally was just following me and watching what I was doing, right? So I'm gonna say like a week later, I end up seeing him in the apartments again. He's talking. Every time I see him in the apartment, he's talking to guys. Like, he's always talking to a bunch of guys, right? So he's talking to guys. He's conversing. They're coming to his car. They're like just maneuvering around him. Still trying to figure out like, what is he doing? Like, I'm still trying to figure him out, but at the same time, it's not like I cared for him. Like I said before, this guy wasn't my type. So I did not think that me and him will have any interactions other than him trying to talk to me and me probably just playing around, right? There's these specific group of guys that he used to always talk to whenever I would see him. Now, every time I would see him, there would be different guys other than the specific group of guys that I told you about. There were these specific group of guys that will always talk to him every time I would see him, right? And I would be so happy when he's talking to them because he would not see me. Like, he'll be so focused on them that I'll just walk past and he wouldn't even notice me. I'll be like, thank God, because baby, the days that he noticed me, he'll try to have conversation with me. And your girl was not trying to have conversation with him. Like, I just wasn't really even trying to talk to him like that, right? So one day he comes, he's talking to the group of guys and they end up walking off. And I'm like, fuck. So y'all, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I know y'all finna be like, oh my God, you're so childish. But baby, I waited in my car. I waited in my car and I was waiting for him to either go inside or leave. Like, I didn't want to walk past his car. And this boy used to park his car right in front of the entrance of my apartment. So I had no choice but to pass him up to get inside type shit. So I did not want to talk to him, y'all. Like, I was just not in the mood to talk to this boy today. I looked a hot mess. I think I just came from the gym. Like, I just did not want to talk to him type shit. I just didn't want to have no dealings with him. So I'm gonna be real. I waited in my car and I waited for him to either drive off or go inside, which he never did. Like, 10 minutes went by and this boy was still posted up in his car. Baby, I said, this boy ain't finna ruin my my night type shit. I'm going inside. I end up packing all my things, getting all my shit, and getting ready to go inside. So I tried to act like I didn't see his car. I tried to act like I didn't see his car. So all of a sudden, I hear Wesley saying, girl, I know you see me. Baby, I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you. Don't you? Ah! I don't want to see you type shit. So I turned around and I smiled at him and I was like, oh, I didn't see you. He was like, you're a liar. You saw me. Like, he's just going all right. So I start laughing. Like, we have a little banter. Ain't nothing much. He tells me, mind you, I'm talking to him from the beginning of my apartment. He's like, come to my car. Like, why are you talking to me? I'm like, no, I'm about to go inside. And he's like, girl, come to my car. Ain't gonna take you much to come to my car. Like, you need to come to my car, right? So I end up going to the car and he's like, why can't you just give me your number? At this point, he's talking to me. He's like, why can't you just give me your number? You look good, da da da. Like, why can't you just give me your number? So I was just like, I don't want to give you my number because I don't want you to waste my time. And he was like, what makes you think I'm gonna waste your time? Like, he was like, you think I'm trying to talk to you for fun? Ain't nobody trying to talk to you for fun. Like, I'm really trying to talk to you. So I'm like, okay, I'll give you my number. So I gave him my number because he just kept begging. He kept begging, y'all. I gave him my number. He was like, bet, I'm gonna text you, right? So the boy texts me like the next day. Y'all, I kid y'all not. I kid y'all not. Why did I already have this boy number? That should have been the first red flag. Like, all jokes aside, that should have been the first red flag. I already had this boy's number. When he texted me, our whole text thread popped up. And y'all know me. If you guys been watching me for a while, y'all know I say I don't delete messages. And that's one of the main reasons why I don't delete messages. Like, if I delete messages from a guy, he's a menace. Like, he's a menace and I'm trying to get away from him. It's only been 2 guys in my life that I dealt with, like really dealt with hard, that I deleted their messages because they were just like, the heartbreak was real type shit. But I just do not delete messages because like I don't know, I don't delete messages. I'm just not one of them type of people. So when he texted me, the whole thread popped up, and it popped up from like, give or take, three years ago, right? So I had texted him 3 years ago. We had like a little conversation and I think he went ghost. So me, I'm just looking at me and his text thread. I'm looking at all of our text thread and stuff like that. I'm reading, and then he just went ghost. Like, he went ghost in the messages. But when I'm reading the text thread, you can see I'm being dry. Like, when I tell y'all I was being dry with this boy, I was being dry with him. He was telling me like, how was your day? I was like, good. He was like, what did you do today? I was like, nothing. He was like, are you gonna eat? I was like, I don't know. Like, he was asking me basic questions and I was giving him 1-word responses. So it made sense why he ghosted me. Like, it made sense. But for the life of me, I could not understand why I did not remember this guy. Like, I just couldn't understand why I did not remember texting him. I couldn't understand why we had a conversation before and I don't remember it. Like, I couldn't get it through my head. I don't know where I met this boy at. I couldn't get it. So he texted me his name, and I text him back and I'm like, hey, I'm not sure if you remember, but I think me and you talked before. And so he texts me back and he's like, yeah, I'm looking at our thread and it looked like we did talk before, because he didn't delete messages either, right? I told him straight up, I said, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't remember you. And he told me the same thing, y'all. He told me that he does not remember me either. I was just looking like, what? Like, and I believed him, because all jokes aside, the boy was acting like he met me for the first time. Like, the boy was acting like he met me for the first time. So I was just, everything was just weird. Everything was awkward. And then he had the audacity to be like, well, maybe it's meant to be. No! Let me drink to that. Let me drink to that. Because it ain't meant to be. Okay, guys, so I got a call, so I don't know where I really stopped at, but I'm gonna just continue where I left off. So basically, yeah, all in all, we texted each other before. Do not know when we texted each other, but just know we texted each other before, right? We basically was just, our conversation just consisted of us asking each other, like, how in the hell did we text each other and not remember? Like, we were just asking questions. I was so confused, y'all. Like, what I think it is, now that I look back at it, what I think it is I'm pretty sure me and him probably met at a party, at one of those like school parties, and we probably exchanged numbers. We probably texted for a little bit. We probably seen that we weren't interested and we just stopped. That's what I think happened. That's the only logical thing in my head that I could think that happened, to the point that me and this guy do not remember ever having conversations with each other. Like, that's the only thing that I can think happened, right? So we laughed about it, and then he made a comment talking about maybe it's meant to be. Bitch, no, it's not. Cause bitch, you not my type. So bitch, it's not. The fuck? I already told God what I want, and you not him. I was just like, boy, shut up. He was like, yeah, you ain't never thought about that? Maybe it's meant to be, blah, blah, blah. He started going on that type of banner. I'm like, boy, shut the hell up. Like, you don't know, like, whatever, right? We start talking and stuff like that. Guys, come to find out, this boy does not live in my apartments. I thought this guy lived in my apartments. He did not live in my apartments. I already see the title of this video, so y'all know where I'm going with this story time. This boy was a drug dealer. So that's the reason why he was always in my apartments. And that's the reason why every time I seen him, guys was always surrounding his car, because he was a drug dealer and he used to deliver to guys in my apartments. Whereas I thought he lived there, because y'all, when I tell you this boy was there every blessed day, this boy was there every blessed day. I thought he lived there. No, y'all, he did not live there. He was a drug dealer and he was just, you know, dropping off the drugs or whatnot. He ends up telling me that, and I didn't think anything of it. I know somebody in the comment section about to be like, why would you talk to a drug dealer, da da da. Y'all, I'm in college and I don't want to make it seem like, you know, we just let anything slide in college, but we do. Like, I don't know about y'all, especially at HBCUs, like, you know, dating a drug dealer at a HBCU is not really too far off. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm talking to a guy now and he tells me he's a drug dealer. We're not gonna have any more conversation. And in college and in high school, those are not really like big things. Those are not really like a cutoff type of thing to a guy, right? So telling me that, and you know, but at the same time, even though those are not cut off things, I'm still shocked, y'all. Like, I'm still like, oh wow, it makes sense why you're always in here. Like, I thought you lived here. And I told him that too, and he was like, nah baby, I don't live here. I don't live in those nasty apartments. Now, if you guys watch my story time, then you guys know that I've made like several stories about my apartments before. You guys know how I feel about my old college apartments. But baby, bitch, I'm living there. Only me can talk shit about it. Only I can talk shit about it, bitch. You can't talk shit about it. So when he started talking about, yeah, I don't live in them dusty apartments, I said, but I live there. So don't call the apartments dusty now. You can just be polite and be like, yeah, I don't live in them apartments. Don't call them apartments dusty now, cause baby, I ain't dust. I ain't dust. You feel me? So we started laughing because he was talking shit about the apartments, and I was like, hey, I know these apartments trash, but baby, I live there, so you know. what did Pop Smoke say? Just lower your tone. Just lower your tone type shit, right? So we get to laughing. We're having banter. Like, it's just nothing serious, right? I asked him, I'm like, oh, so where do you live? Because you guys have to understand, I live off of campus. So I'm thinking, oh, he probably live on campus. So I'm like, oh, so where do you live? He's like, baby, I don't live nowhere near the school. He ends up telling me where he lives. Y'all, he lives, like, I kid you not, 20 something minutes from the school, right? Like about a good 20 minutes from the school. So I'm like, oh shit, like, oh wow, like I thought he lived in like, I thought he lived nearby the way he be up here. So he tells me no, that he does not like none of the apartments in our area. He decided to pick an apartment complex like way outside of our area because he liked his apartments. He started bragging about how nice his apartments are, this and that, like he would never live in our apartments, da da da. Like he just starts talking, right? So then he asked me, when will I ever, like, you know, visit his apartments? He started asking. So I told him, I said, you know, if me and you, like, end up hitting it off, then I'll come and visit you, like, you know. The weeks go on, me and him are just having normal conversation. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say that we're texting every day, but we were damn near texting damn near every day. So one night, he asked me to come over to his apartment, and I know some of you guys are like, why would you go over to his apartment? I know some of you guys are like, girl, you be preaching, like, I know y'all about to be all up in the comment section, but y'all, please understand that this was college, and I'm not making no excuse for me, but I'm just being honest with you, and I'm just letting you know that going out on dates and all that was just not a thing in college. Like, college was just not that. College was giving very much like come over type vibes. Like, college was not giving going on dates. And if you guys went to college, or if you guys are currently in college, then you guys will understand wholeheartedly what I'm talking about. College was not a very much so like, oh, you have to ask me out on a date. Like, no, it was not that type of vibe, right? I didn't mind going to his apartment. Like, I'm gonna just be real with y'all. Now, I'm not saying because I was going to his apartment that we was fucking and sucking. We wasn't doing all that, but I did not mind going over there. And so he kept asking, and so one night I was just like, yeah, sure, I'll come over, right? So let me tell y'all, this boy, and my job, at this point, I still don't like him. I still don't know him like that. But I'm beginning to take a little bit of like it towards him, right? But this night is where this boy pissed me off so badly. And I was like, no, like, no. He ends up telling me to come over. Mind you, this is not his first time asking me to come over. This boy been asking me for days to come over to his place. And every day I made an excuse. Like, I just used to be making excuses left and right. And it will all have to do with school. Like, I'll be telling him, nah, I got a test tomorrow. No, I have homework due tonight. Da, da, da. And then so one day he got mad. And he was like, damn, you always busy every time I ask you to come over. Baby, I had to tell him, bitch, I'm big engineer, not the little one, baby. I'm doing engineering type shit. Like, we're not just about to be falling to your feet when you tell us to come type shit. Like, we got work to do. And I know y'all about to be laughing in the comment section, but what those excuses that I used to give to him were real life excuses. Like, I would real life be having tests the next day. I would real life be having homework due. Like, these were not just excuses out the ass. Like, this was real stuff. But this day that he asked me to come over, y'all, I was not doing nothing. Your girl was not doing nothing. I was bored AF that night. I was literally sitting in my room, not doing nothing, watching TV. Like, I wasn't doing anything. So when he told me to come over, baby, I was a little, yeah, I was like, okay, shit, I'll come over. He gives me the time and he tells me to come over. So I start getting ready or whatnot. So I get in the car and I text him for the address. This boy is literally not responding. I'm looking like, why would you tell me to come over? You've been telling me for days to come over. And the day that I'm finally decided to come over is the day that you decide that you want to be doing slow text. Like, I was just so confused. Like, I was just like, why? Like, why would you do that, right? So I'm texting this boy, he's not answering. I'm texting this boy, he's not answering. So I end up calling him and he ends up answering. So I called this boy and I'm like, Wesley. He's like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, have you not seen my text messages? And he was like, yeah, I seen your text messages, but I'm delivering right now. I can't be on my phone like that, da da da. I'm looking at, I said, okay, well, I'm about to just stay home. Like, what do you mean you're delivering? Like, you're the one that told me to come to see you. You told me to come over. You told me to come over. Why would you be delivering when you're supposed to be at home waiting for me to come over? Like, why would you invite somebody to your house when you know you're not home? Like, that was just weird to me, right? So I told him that. I was like, why would you invite me over if you know you're not home? He starts talking about some, I was home when I invited you over, but my niggas called. They said they needed da-da-da, so I went over there, da-da-da. Like, he was just giving me the rundown. So he was like, but where I'm at, I'm not too far from where my apartment is. Like, I'll be home in a bit. Like, please just come over, like, and just wait for me for a little bit outside and I'll be home. So I'm like, okay. And I told him straight up, I said, baby, I'm not waiting more than 5 minutes. I'm not waiting more than 5 minutes. Like I said, if you're not home, I'm taking my ass back home. And he's like, I promise you I'll be home. I'm not far from my apartment. Like, he said, just text me when you're 10 minutes away. Like, I'm not far from my apartment. So I'm like, okay. And I had to let him know this, honey. And I had to let him know. I said, I just want to let you know, like, we ain't fucking and we ain't sucking. And I always let a nigga know that. First of all, I ain't going to a nigga house no more. Okay? I learned my lesson, y'all. Because you can sit up here and you can tell a nigga we not fucking and we not sucking. But a lot of guys, like, they be thinking you're playing and they try to challenge you. And I've learned that, like, recently from going to a guy's house and him trying to challenge me. Like, bitch, if I say we not fucking and we not sucking, I mean it. I'm not the type of female that says, oh, we not fucking and we not sucking, and I start going gobble gobble on the dick. Like, I'm not that type of girl. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I used to be that girl in high school to be like, I'm not fucking you, and then when I, you know, pull up to the house, like, I start fucking. But I'm not like that. Like, if I tell you before I meet you that we not doing anything, don't think I'm trying to play hard to get. I'm letting you know for your safety, we're not doing anything type shit. So you need to calm down. But I don't even play them games no more. If I know that I ain't doing nothing with no nigga, I ain't going to his house because I don't want to tempt nobody. And I've learned my lesson. So I just want to let you guys know this straight up. And I'm not saying, like, this is outside of my story time. If you ladies know that you don't want to sleep with the guy, don't go to his place. Like, I'm dead ass. Do not go to his place. Even if you tell this guy, hey, we're not doing these things, still do not go to his place, because at the end of the day, you don't want to tempt anybody. You don't want to put anybody in no temptation type of, you know, vibe. You feel me? Unless you've been dating this guy for a while and you know his character and you know his morals, that's a whole different story. But if you don't know this guy and you tell him and you already have it in your head that you're not gonna sleep with him, I think it's just better for you to not go over there, right? So I ended up telling this boy, like, you know, we're not doing anything, so don't expect it. He basically tells me this, and this is what he told me that made me say I would never do anything with him. This boy said, and mind you, his friends, oh, I want to add this. While I'm talking to him, I'm hearing guys in the background conversing, right? So in my honest opinion, I feel like he was trying to put on for his friends. But baby, don't be trying to put on for your friends, because you're going to lose somebody trying to put on for your friends. Because one thing about me, I don't like a nigga try to show off for his friend. Like, guys, whenever I see a guy is trying to show off for his friend, I'm going to show him, like, who's the boss at the end of the day. And I feel like that's what he was trying to do. Because tell me why he made a comment saying, and I'm not going to quote this, he didn't make it directly, but he said something along the lines of, you don't have to play hard to get for me. I've already seen your type. I've already been looking at you on Instagram. Baby, you don't got to play hard for me. I know you gonna fuck. Y'all, do my Instagram give off I'm gonna fuck? And if it do, let me know which picture. Let me know. Y'all go to my Instagram right now. If you guys see any pictures that give off she gonna fuck, y'all DM me and y'all let me know right now so I can delete it off my page so these guys do not think that I'm gonna fuck. Cause I ain't gonna fuck. If I tell you that ain't nothing happening, why in the world would you make that comment? Now I really don't want to fuck you. Like, niggas, and it just goes to show, guys know how to talk themselves out of pussy. Guys know how to talk themselves out of pussy. Because when I made the comment to him saying we ain't doing nothing, I just meant tonight. But the comment that he made to me made me think change up tonight to forever type shit. Like, we not fucking now, because now you got me fucked up if you think that I'm gonna give it to you. Like, and then if you think I'm playing hard, like, why would I be playing hard to get? Nigga, I don't want you. The fuck? You play hard to get under a nigga that you low-key want. Nigga, I don't want you. I'm pulling up to the house because I'm bored type shit. Like, you should know that. Because I know that. At this point, y'all, when he said that, y'all, I kid y'all not, I dead ass, I got my car in that right lane, mind you, because I'm already on the freeway because he sent me his address. So when he made that comment, y'all, I was in the left lane when he made that comment. Bitch, I didn't fucking took my car on the freeway and swerved all the way to that right lane so I could hit the exit. Because if you think that that's what's gonna happen, like, you giving me real rapey vibes at this point. So when he made the comment to me, I went off on him, y'all. Like, I went off and I wasn't like screaming or nothing, but I just told him, I said the comment gave very rapey vibes. I know some people in the comments about to be like, oh, you fours, that's not rapey vibes, but that is, because if you tell a guy that you're not comfortable sleeping with him and he makes comments saying, yes, you are, you can't fool me, that it's giving rapey vibes. It's giving that even if I'm not, you're gonna try to make me, you know? So like, that's like, I told him straight up, I'm not coming over there. I told him I'm going home. I said that he really made me disgusted. And this is the reason why I said I feel like he was showing off for his friends. Because tell me why when I said that I was going home, why did I hear laughter in the background and it wasn't him? He wasn't the one laughing. It was his friends that was laughing. So you trying to show off for your friends, but now you're not getting pussy type shit ever. Like, ever. First of all, you're not my type. You're not my type, first of all. So when he sees that I'm irritated, he starts trying to like redeem himself. So he's like, I would never touch you. I would never touch any girl that don't want to be touched. That's not what I meant by it. I just said, baby, we grown. Like, I hate when guys tell me, baby, we grown. You're right. We're grown. So bitch, no means no. Like, I don't like when guys try to come onto you and you say no and then they say we grown. That's the point. A grown bitch told you no. Like, that don't make no difference. Don't try to little girl me because I told you no to sex type shit. Like, that's weird. So he starts hitting me with that. He's like, baby, we grown. Like, I'm just letting you know right now. Like, if you want to have sex, like, we can have sex, da-da-da, like this and that. Ooh! Ooh! Let me add this in, y'all. This boy had a kid. This boy had a little kid. Y'all, this boy had so many red flags to him, it wasn't funny. This boy had a kid. I do not mess with guys with kids. And if I do talk to a guy with a kid, I don't take him serious. I put in my head, I can never take him serious. Because I never want to date a guy with a kid. Like, I just don't. I don't take guys with kids seriously. I tried to once and it failed tremendously. And honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. It had nothing to do with his kid or his baby mama, because I wholeheartedly in my spirit believe that they were done with each other. I do think his baby mama still liked him though. Like, from what I would see and hear, his baby mama still took a liking to him. And see, that's the reason why I don't mess with men with kids, because it's always gonna just be something. Like, it's just always gonna be something, right? So he had a kid to him, so it just like, he had a lot of red flags. So when he made that comment to me, it wasn't hard for me to be like, oh, I'm done with you. But he just kept talking to me, and he apologized for making the comment. He told me straight up, he was like, if you don't want to do anything, I'm fine with that. Like, I just want you to come over. This is our first time actually hanging out with each other, you know, outside of, you know, the apartment parking lot or phone. Like, he was like, I just want to see you tonight. But he said, but if you feel uncomfortable and you don't want to see me, I'm good with that too, right? So I end up coming over still. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I came over because at this point I'm like 10 minutes from his house. So I end up coming over. The boy's not home. That's another thing. Told me that he will be home after I get there in 5 minutes. This boy took like 10 minutes to get home. Not only did this boy take forever to come home, y'all, he didn't even like, this boy didn't even, I guess he didn't clean up his apartment. So then he started saying, I'm home, but I'm doing ABCD. Could you please wait for me? I'm looking at him like, why? Like, why did you invite me to your house and your apartment's not clean? Like, that's just weird. And he had me in his car at his apartments waiting for him. And it was only for like 10 minutes. It was only for 10 minutes. But still though, why am I waiting for you? Like, I don't like waiting. One thing that I've noticed about me, when I'm linking with a guy, I don't like waiting. I don't know what it is. Like, it's a pet peeve of mine. When I am linking a guy at his house, I do not like waiting. As soon as I tell you I'm here, you should be outside waiting for me. I feel personally, when a guy takes his sweet time to come and get you, it shows that he don't care that much. Like, it shows that he don't care that you're there type shit. It shows that he's not that excited that you're in his presence. I don't know. That's just my opinion. So it was irritating me because I just felt like I was waiting for so long. And I texted him at the 10th minute and I told him, I said, I'm going home. I texted him that. I'm like, I'm going home. And I literally started my car up and started swerving my shit out the apartments. Now, I'm gonna be real with y'all. This boy's apartment complex was huge. So, bitch, I was driving, bitch. I couldn't even find my way out. Bitch, I keep circling back to where I started. Bitch, I said, damn, bitch, like, this nigga got me trapped. So, bitch, I'm swerving. I'm driving, y'all. I didn't try to drive out this boy's apartment twice and ended up in the same spot that I started in. So at this point, I'm just looking. As I'm looking around, I see the boy coming out and he's just staring at me. Like, he's literally just sitting there and he's just like staring at me, and I'm just looking at him. He goes like this. So I lower down the windows because I see him going like that, like telling me to lower down the windows. So I lower down the windows and he's like, where you going? And I said, I'm going home. And he's like, why are you going home? I'm like, because you took forever to come out. I said, I told you 5 minutes or less. I'm not going to be waiting out here for you all night. Like, I already gave you the warning type shit. He's like, my bad. I had to put some stuff up. I didn't think you were coming over today. You could come in though, like park right here and come in, right? So I end up reversing my car, parking in this parking space, and I end up getting ready to come in. This boy lived like on the 2nd floor, so I end up walking upstairs to come in, right? So we end up going upstairs. We end up going to his apartment, and y'all, we get in, and I'm not one to judge because, baby, I still live at home with my mama. You feel me? I'm not one to judge. I don't judge nobody. But I'm gonna be real with y'all. When I got inside his apartment, I don't know why I was waiting 10 minutes, because his apartment was damn near empty, y'all. This boy did not have no decorations. His apartments was small AF, which apartments are typically, you know, not that big. His apartments was small. Like, y'all, when I say small, I mean small. I mean, like, when you get in, the living room is right there. Mind you, the living room is literally not that big. It's just a box. The kitchen is right across from the living room, which is just two little baby steps, and bitch, the kitchen is there, and then his room is there, right? So the apartment is not that big, and I'm not knocking his apartment because, like I said before, I still live at home with my people, so I'm not judging nobody, and it's hard times, you feel me? But the way this guy was talking, the way he was bragging about how his apartment is better than ours and da-da-da, y'all, my room at PV was bigger than his apartment that was not near the school. So I just did not understand why he was talking that much shit about our living arrangements when his shit was like mediocre too. Like, I didn't get it. And not only was his apartment small, because I'm not really knocking him for the size of his apartment, he didn't have not one decoration. Like, he didn't have nothing on the walls. He didn't even have a TV in the living room, y'all. He didn't have a TV in the living room. He literally had a couch. He had a kitchen. He barely had any appliances in the kitchen. And his room was empty too. And y'all, here's the kicker. And I know some people about to be like, you judging when you live at home with your mama. But I'm going to just be real with you. That boy mattress was on the floor. Why is your mattress on the floor? I don't want to hear nothing. Like, when I tell y'all I don't want to hear nothing, I don't want to hear nothing. Back when we was brokety broke. Back when my people was eating ramen noodles, our mattress wasn't on the floor. Y'all, and I know some people, and I know there's gonna be some people in the comments that are gonna be like, oh, you're judgy, da-da-da. Y'all, the way this guy used to brag, I would have thought that his shit was decked out, like the way he used to brag. Y'all, I'm not a judgmental person though. Well, I am. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm very judgmental. I know some people be like, I'm not judgmental. I'm very judgmental, and it's not a good thing. Y'all, when I seen his apartment, baby, I was just looking like we could have went to my apartments with the way I'm thinking that because his apartment was not on campus that his shit was like elevated. Baby, my apartment's was better than his. The only difference was he was living alone. I wasn't. That was the only difference. We get in and he ends up telling me we're gonna have to go to our room because I only have TV in our room. I don't have TV in the living room. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. So we get to his room. Y'all already know, bitch, I'm sitting at the edge of his bed. Y'all already know. If y'all a girl and y'all know, when y'all go to, I don't know about y'all, but when I go to a guy's house for the first time, I'm a little shy. I'm a little nervous. So I sit at the corner of his bed, and then y'all already know the guys be telling us to come in more. But bitch, I wasn't even sitting at the corner of his bed because I was nervous. Bitch, I was sitting at the corner of his bed because we was sitting on the floor. Trying to figure out why the hell is we sitting on the floor. Like, you claim you got this, you claim you got that, but why are we sitting on the floor? Like, why are we sitting on an air mattress on the floor? Like, it just, I don't know what, but I just wasn't feeling it. Like, I just was not feeling it, right? So he's basically talking to me. He's sitting comfortably, y'all. This motherfucker sitting comfortably, like he used to this. He not new to this. He true to this. So he's sitting there. He's like, why you sitting in the corner? You need to come up near me. Bitch, I'm like, no! Because if you think you getting pussy here, oh, you're wildly mistaken. Like, I wasn't giving you pussy regardless, but now you definitely ain't getting none. You're not getting none ever now. Now you ain't getting none. So I end up getting up. I come inside the bed or whatnot. So I asked him, I'm like, oh, did you just move in here? And he's like, no, I've been here for a minute. He said, and I was like, oh. And he was like, why you asked that? I'm like, because nothing looks decorated, y'all. The TV is literally sitting on the floor. The TV is sitting on the floor, y'all. He doesn't even have the TV mounted. He doesn't have the TV on a dresser. He doesn't have no dressers in his room. It's literally just a freaking mattress, the TV sitting on the floor, and that's that. No dressers, no nothing, y'all. Nothing. And the room is small AF, like small as fuck. But y'all, why was the restroom decorated? I'm looking at him like, nigga, you forgot about the rest of the house. Like, this nigga decorated the restroom like that's the, like what? Like, the restroom was decorated. He had posters on the restroom. He had like a little color scheme. I'm looking at him like, bitch, did you forget the rest of the house? So y'all, the most logical question to ask him is, did you just move in? Because I'm trying to figure out why this place is not decorated. So he's like, no, I didn't just move in. Why'd you ask? Y'all, I was not trying to be mean. So I was like, oh, no reason. I was just asking. So he looks at me and he's like, you making fun of me? And I'm like, no, why? And he's like, because why you asking me that? And I was like, oh, nothing. Like I said, it's just empty in here. So I was just asking. So he's like, no. And he basically explains to me that because he's a drug dealer, he's never home. Like, he said he is never, ever home. So he said that, like, he did intend to decorate the apartment when he first moved in, but he said because he's always on campus or always in our apartment selling or whatnot, he has not really ever had time to decorate or anything like that. But then he started trying to flex. He was like, but don't worry, baby, I got money. And he starts pulling out a wad of cash. He's like, I got money, baby, you don't gotta worry about that, I got money. He said, don't look at this apartment and think that I'm struggling. He said, a nigga not struggling, da da da. Like, he started bragging. And honestly, I hate when guys do all that extra hoo hoo ha ha shit. I hate when guys do that, because I do not care. Like, don't do all that in front of me. I don't care about your money, especially if it's not mine. At this point, we're just watching TV. He starts asking me like, oh, what do you want to watch? We start talking about shows, so we get to watching TV. So we're watching TV and he puts his arm like here. I'm like, bitch, I jump. Bitch, I jump. Bitch, I said, ah! Bitch, I thought it was a spider. It was just him. So he put his hand here and I jumped, and he was like, oh, you scared? And I was like, I'm not scared. I just did not expect you to touch me. And he's like, oh, so you don't want me touching you? I'm like, no, it's not that I don't want you touching me. It's just that I didn't expect you to touch me. So he starts touching or whatnot. Yeah, I don't know what guys don't understand when I tell them they ain't getting cat, but they are not getting cat. If I tell you you're not getting cat, you're not getting cat. So he starts trying to do. He starts trying to get me warmed up. He starts, you know, becoming very touchy-feely. We're going to keep it very PG on the channel. But he starts becoming very touchy-feely or whatnot. And, you know, he's going down. Not like going down like head-wise, but hand-wise. He's going downtown, just left, down. And my nigga, he going to Pound Town, you feel me? He trying to go to Pound Town. Baby, it ain't happening on my watch, like I said before. So he gets to touching, and he asked me if he could, oh, it's some young kids watching me, I know it is, so we're not gonna get into detail, but he asked if he can do something to me, and I basically told him, you can, but nothing will get done to you in return. Nothing. So if you are doing anything to me with intentions of, let me do this for her and she gonna do it for me, bitch, I ain't like that. Bitch, I'm the type of bitch to get head, pull my pants up and tell me thank you for shopping with me and walk out the door. You feel me? Like, I'm not the type of bitch to give head for head. Like, I'm not that type of girl, especially if I told you ain't nothing going down. So I told him that straight up. I said, you can do it, but don't expect nothing. Like, I'ma just, you know, I don't expect nothing. So we went, not gonna get into it, but we, you know, we did what we had to do. His shit was mediocre. Like, his shit was not nothing for where I could be like, oh, I'm finna drop my drawers now. After we did what he did, now at this point I could tell he's a little like, you know, like waiting for my turn. But bitch, I ain't little baby, bitches. It would never be my turn. So bitch, I just looked at him, bitch. After he got done doing what he did, bitch, I just went like this, and bitch, I went back to watching the show. So at this point, he's like looking at me. Y'all, I'm ignoring him, bitch. I'm watching the TV show. I'm like, I'm watching. I'm ignoring him. Like, when I tell y'all I'm ignoring this boy, y'all, I'm ignoring him. Like, in my head, I'm like, if you think you're getting cat, you are not getting no type of cat. I'm ignoring the hell out of him. And he starts basically saying like, oh, you was serious. And I'm like, what do you mean? I knew where he was going with that type of talk. I wanted to act dumb. So I looked at him and I'm like, what do you mean? And he was like, oh, so you really not doing nothing tonight? What made you think I was? And I knew you wasn't doing anything, but you know, we just started up and I would think that you would want to finish it. Oh no, I don't. I don't. What is there to finish? Bitch, I'm already done. The fuck? What? At this point, I tell him, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good on it. So he's like, so we're not gonna do anything? And he's like, I mean, he's like, I'm not asking for sex. He's like, but we're not gonna do nothing. Like, you're not even gonna touch it. Y'all, when guys start asking me to touch it, that turns me off. I don't know what it is, but if you are a woman and you've ever been talked to like that in the comment section, y'all let me know down below. But that gives me the ultimate ick. I don't care how attractive I am to you. You ever tell me touch it, or if you say, oh, you're not gonna touch it, I don't know what it is, but it gives me the ick. Like, it gives me the freaking ick when a guy talks like that. I don't know what it is. So when he started saying you're not gonna touch it, I was like, I told you from the beginning I wasn't gonna touch it though. Like, I told him straight up, I said, no, I'm not gonna touch it. I already told you from the beginning that you ain't getting none. Like, I don't know whether you thought because you was, you know, going down and you know, doing things down there that I was gonna get, you know, aroused and want to do things back to you. But no, buddy, first of all, your shit was mediocre. Like, the little shit that you did to me was very mediocre. mediocre. It wasn't enough for me to be like, ooh, let me do something to him back. Like, no, I'm not doing nothing to you. Like, no, you're not getting nothing. Even if your shit wasn't mediocre, you're still not getting nothing, because I told you from the beginning, you're not getting anything, right? So we get back to watching TV, y'all. Bitch, at this point, it looked like I went back to watching TV, because why did I start seeing hand movements, y'all? And if you guys understand where this is going, then you guys understand where this is going. But for my slow people in the backs, I was seeing, in the dark, I was seeing this. I was seeing this. I looked over. Y'all, why is this guy finishing it off for himself? This guy is masturbating right in front of me. That gave me the biggest ick. At this point, y'all, I wanted to leave. The interaction was terrible. Our apartment is ugly as fuck. Literally sitting on the floor to go to bed, talking about, I don't be here like that. Nigga, you still sleep here, so that's still not cute. Your apartment is ugly. You took forever to come out. You disrespected me on the road, talking about you're gonna do something, we're grown. You're over here touching your, and then on top of that, his shit was not that big, which I'm not the type of girl to care about a guy's print size. Now, it can't be too tiny now, but if it's average, I don't care, because I have, you know, seen guys with bigger, with like huge mandingos that don't know what to do with it, and I've seen guys with mediocre mandingos that know what to do with it. So it really is just about how you move your shit. But let's just add insult to injury. Your shit is not that big, and you're literally sitting next to a girl jacking off. Like, that shit is weird. So at this point, y'all, I literally got out of the bed. Bitch, it wasn't that hard for me to get out of the bed, bitch. Bitch, I literally, bitch, all I had to do was go. And bitch, I was already on the floor. So bitch, I got out the bed. And at this point, y'all, I'm literally grabbing everything. I'm grabbing all my things to get ready to leave or whatnot. He's like, oh, you're leaving? I'm like, yeah. I'm not trying to be rude about it, y'all, because I'm not a rude person. Some of y'all think I am, but I'm really not a rude person. Especially if the guy hasn't really like offended me. He didn't really offend me. I just got the ick. I just kept getting the ick from him. So he's like, oh, you're leaving? And I'm like, yeah, I'm about to leave. And I gave him a little kiss on the cheek. And I told him, I'm like, I'm about to leave. It's getting late. At this point, y'all, it's like give or take 2 o'clock in the morning. Mind y'all, I'm going home. Ooh, I forgot to add that. I'm going home at this time, y'all. I was actually going home to visit my parents for the winter break. I think it was a Christmas break that was going on. I was going home, and his apartment, I had to pass up his apartment to go home. So I was just like, you know, that's another reason why I didn't care to go over there, because I was like, I'm going home. I'll have to pass him up to go home regardless. So I end up giving him a kiss, and I'm like, I gotta go home. I'm getting tired, because I told him from the beginning that I was not sleeping over there. So he's like, oh, okay. So I'm like, okay, well, could you walk me out? Y'all, this boy did not want to walk me out. This boy did not want to walk me out. And I feel like personally he was pissed because he didn't get nothing. But don't play with me. I told you wasn't getting nothing from the beginning. Ends up telling me that he doesn't want to walk me out. Yes, y'all, he told me this to my face. He was like, he doesn't want to walk me out. And I'm like, why? Now y'all have to understand, it's winter break, so it's cold AF outside. So he begins to start telling me that the reason why he doesn't want to walk me out is because it's cold outside. And that, mind y'all, as if it wasn't cold outside when he came to get me. But all of a sudden he don't want to walk me out. So I'm looking at him, and I told him, I said, you know you will never see me again, right? And I told him, and I said, and the only time that you will see me again is if I'm walking to and fro from the apartment. Other than that, you will never personally see me again if you don't walk me out, right? He starts saying, oh, you're doing too much, da-da-da, like this and that, you're doing too much, you know it's cold outside, da-da-da. And I said, just like how you walked your ass down here to come and get me when it was cold outside, it's the same way that you need to walk me outside when it's cold outside. And I said, and look, the thing of the matter is, I'm not gonna force nobody's son to be a gentleman at the end of the day. I want somebody to be an authentic gentleman because they want to be an authentic gentleman, not because I forced them. So if you don't want to walk me out, by all means, you don't have to, but just know that I'm not messing with you afterwards type shit. Because the guys that I mess with, especially the guys that I talked to for the first time, or that I drove all the way out here to come and see, I wasted my gas. I mean, I was gonna have to drive regardless, because like I told you, I was going to my people's house, but I really could have just kept pressing the gas and go home type shit. So you couldn't even walk me out. It's just weird. It's just giving very much I didn't get my way, so now you know, I'm about to punish her for it. That's the vibe I was getting from him. So I told him straight up, I said, if you don't walk me out, you will never see me again. And so then, while all of a sudden he start getting ready, while all of a sudden he start getting up to walk me out, I'm looking at him like, oh no, baby. So he starts to get it ready. I'm like, where you going? He's like, I'm coming to walk you out. I'm like, oh no, you don't gotta walk me out. I told him straight up. I said, you don't gotta walk me out, I'm leaving. He's like, no, let me walk you out, da da da. So he ends up walking me to like the ending of because remember I told y'all he stayed on the second floor. So he ends up walking me downstairs to the floor, and then he just watches. And then I'm like, you're not gonna walk me to my car? Because y'all, I kid y'all not, where I parked at was nowhere near where his actual apartments were at. Like I parked like a couple of buildings down type shit. So I was asking him, I'm like, you're not gonna walk me to my car? And he's like, you know, it's cold. And I'm like, then why'd you come out? Why did you come out? Like, I didn't ask you to type shit. I told your ass to stay inside. Because first of all, what you did today just gave me the ick. So I really don't care whether you walk me out or not. But like the fact that you walked me out halfway and then stopped is weird, right? So I'm just like, whatever, I'm going home. And I tell him, I'm like, I'm going home. He's like, okay, text me when you get home. And I'm like, okay. Y'all, did I text him? No, boy, fuck you. Like, I'm not texting you. You know what you did. You did some weird shit. And we're going to stop the story time right here, y'all. We're going to stop the story time right here. Because I didn't even want to make this a two-part series, like, at all. Like, not on no funny shit. I did not want to make this a two-part series. I wanted to turn this story time all into one. But as I'm telling the story time, I'm beginning to really think, like, this boy did a lot to make this, to bunch everything up into one. And if I bunch everything up into one, it's going to get very forced. So we're going to stop the story time right here. If you guys like this video so far, be sure to give it a thumbs up or whatnot. Be sure to also like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And follow my socials if you have not followed them. And yeah, y'all, I'm definitely going to give you guys the next story time to this, so y'all be on the lookout for that. I love you guys so much. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.